Hello, everybody. Welcome to iExamB's Legal Beat. This is Amrita, your law faculty here at iExamB. Embrace the iExamB learning experience with us. And if you're preparing for any competitive examinations after your law, then you're at the right place. Don't forget to subscribe to LegalB, the exclusive law channel of iExamB. At LegalB, we keep on providing various preparation videos for these competitive examinations, content-wise as well as strategic preparation videos. कोई भी डाउट्स हो you can reach out to us by writing us an email on hello@iexambi.com. Call us on the number 920-552-4028 and visit our website www.iexambi.com. वेबसाइट पे जाके आप सारे कोर्सेज की डेमो चेक कर सकते हैं for various exams like SEBI Grade A Legal Officer, IBPS SO Law, IBPS RRB, etc. Download our app from the Google Play Store and prepare 50% faster for your jobs. I have started a series for 300 most important MCQs SEBI Grade A Legal Officer exam. This is the 7th video of my series in which I will be covering MCQs from the subject of Specific Relief Act. अगर आपने बाकी के पार्ट्स मिस कर दिए हैं, बाकी के वीडियोस मिस कर दिए हैं, देन आप लीगल बी के प्लेलिस्ट में जाके सारे वीडियोस को चेक कर लीजिएगा जरूर और पीपीटी को डाउनलोड करके MCQs से प्रैक्टिस आप कर सकते हैं. Specific Relief Act cannot be granted for enforcing penal laws, individual civil rights, individual civil and criminal rights, either A or B, all A, B and C. So Specific Relief Act किस type of rights को conquer करने के लिए grant किया जा सकता है? The correct answer is B, C. इनके लिए grant किया जा सकता है, लेकिन अभी question में पूछा गया है it cannot be granted for what? So Specific Relief Act cannot be granted for penal laws. Specific relief can be granted only for enforcing individual civil rights and not for enforcing penal laws. Section 4 of the Act covers this. What are the cases in which specific performance of contracts connected with trusts are enforceable? When the act agreed to be done is in the performance of a trust. When the act agreed to be done is in the performance wholly of a trust. Act agreed to be done is in the performance partly of a trust. Act agreed to be done is in excess of performance of a trust. An act agreed to be done is in the performance wholly or partly of a trust. So what are the cases in which specific performance of contracts are connected with trusts in be enforceable? Correct answer is E, that is the last option. When the act agreed to be done is in the performance wholly or partly of a trust. Section 11 covers this point. When instruments may be rectified as per section 26 of the Specific Relief Act. When through fraud a contract or other instrument in writing does not express the real intention. When through mutual mistake of the parties, a contract or other instrument in writing does not express their real intention. When through fraud and mutual mistake of the parties, a contract or other instrument in writing, not being the articles of association of a company to which the Companies Act applies, does not express their real intention, either A or B, all A, B, and C. So when the instruments may be rectified as per section 26 of the Specific Relief Act, correct answer is D, either in A condition or either in B condition. 26 covers this, when the instrument may be rectified. So when through fraud a contract or other instrument does not express the real intention, then it can be rectified. Or when through mutual mistake of the parties, a contract or other instrument in writing does not express their real intention, then also it can be rectified. The Specific Relief Act provides for the filing of a suit for the recovery of possession of the following: movable property, immovable property, both A and B, either A or B, real estate. So Specific Relief Act provides for filing of a suit for recovery of possession of, correct answer is C, movable as well as immovable property. 5 and 6 provides for recovery of specific immovable property, and section 7 and 8 provides for recovery of specific movable property. Specific Relief Act lays down that dash types of injunctions are covered under section 36 of the Act: 2, 3, 5, 8 and no mention of the number of types. So Specific Relief Act के हिसाब से कितनी types of injunction covered है section 36 में? Correct answer is 2. 2 injunctions are there. Section 36, preventive relief, how granted? It is granted at discretion of the court by injunction. Either it is temporary or perpetual. These are the 2 types. A person entitled to the possession of a specific immovable property may recover it in the manner provided by the dash under Specific Relief Act. CPC, CPC 1909, CPC 1980, CPC 1990, कोड ऑफ क्रिमिनल प्रोसीजर 1973. अब ये बहुत ही ज्यादा सिंपल क्वेश्चन है, लॉजिक बेस्ड है, पढ़ाई की भी जरूरत नहीं है आपको इसे आंसर करने के लिए. CPC 1908 सेक्शन 5 covers this. What is the general rule as laid down under section 12 of the Specific Relief Act relating to specific performance of a part of a contract? Specific performance of a part of a contract can be granted, it may not be granted, it shall not be granted. Specific performance of part of the contract shall be granted at the discretion of the court. Specific performance of part of contract shall not be granted except as otherwise provided under section 12. So अगर आप एक part of contract का specific performance मांग रहे हो, तो whether it can be granted or not, this is the question. Correct answer is E. Specific performance of a part of a contract shall not be granted except as otherwise provided under section 12. The provisions as laid down under section 9 of the Specific Relief Act provides for the defenses respecting suits for relief based on contract, grounds on which specific performance of contract can be granted, grounds on which specific performance of a contract cannot be granted, defenses which a person against whom the relief of specific performance is claimed cannot plead, defenses which a person against whom the relief of specific performance is claimed may plead if allowed by the court. Correct answer is A. Defenses respecting suits for relief based on contract. Section 9 covers this. So the correct answer as per section 9 is A, that is defenses respecting suits for relief based on contract. This is covered under section 9. You can seek variation as per section 18 of the Specific Relief Act, which provides for the provisions relating to non-enforcement except with variation. Plaintiff, defendant, either A or B, both A and B, court has a discretion to decide. So the correct answer is B, defendant. Section 18, non-enforcement except with variation, where a plaintiff seeks specific performance of contract in writing, to which the defendant sets up a variation. Plaintiff cannot obtain the performance sought except with the variation so set up. 10th question. A dash, the present possession of movable property is sufficient to support a suit under section 7 of the Specific Relief Act. Special right, temporary right, contingent right, either A or B, either A or C, that is special right or temporary right, special right or contingent right. So the correct answer is D, either A or B, special right or temporary right. Section 7 talks about recovery of specific movable property, उसमें ये point covered है. Section 34 of Specific Relief Act, grant or refusal of relief of declaration is mandatory, prohibitory, discretionary, to be approved by the experts appointed, none of the above. So as per section 34 of the Act, grant or refusal of relief of declaration is discretionary in nature. Section 34 tells discretion of court as to declaration of a status or right. Who can seek declaration relating to any legal character or to any right as to any property under Specific Relief Act? Stranger who has no interest therein. Person whose legal character or right to property is not denied. Person having a legal character or a right as to property which is denied. Either A or B or C, both A and C. So who can seek a declaration relating to legal character or to any right as to any property under Specific Relief Act? Correct answer is C. Person having a legal character or a right as to property which is denied. Section 34 covers the same point. Grant of temporary injunction is regulated by Specific Relief Act, Indian Contract Act, Code of Civil Procedure, Criminal Procedure Code, none of the above. Now, temporary injunction, this is very commonly known by everybody that it is governed under CPC, Code of Civil Procedure, Section 37, temporary and perpetual injunctions, and Order 39 covers the same. According to Specific Relief Act, when rescission may be adjudicated by the court, adjudged by the court, where the contract is void, where the contract is voidable by the plaintiff, where the contract is unlawful for causes not apparent on its face, either A or B and C, both B and C. So, Specific Relief Act के हिसाब से rescission may be adjudged by the court when when it can be said that there is a rescission of contract by the court. In following conditions, correct answer is B and C both. When the contract is voidable by the plaintiff and it is unlawful for causes not apparent on its face. ये दो conditions. अगर void है तो फिर तो वो तो already void है, void ab initio. Section 27 talks about this specifically. As per Specific Relief Act, what are the grounds for refusal of specific performance of the contract? When the contract requires constant supervision by the court, when substituted performance of contract has been obtained, when contract does not depend upon personal qualification of the party, both A and B, A, B and C, all of them. Correct answer is D, both A and B. Section 14, contracts not specifically enforceable is covered under it. So A and B, contract requires constant supervision by the court and substituted performance of the contract has been obtained that time. Enactment date of Specific Relief Act is 13 March 1962, 28 April 1962, 13th August 1963, December 13, 1963, 23rd December 1963. कभी कभी ऐसे टाइप के क्वेश्चंस भी हमारे आंखों के नीचे से जाने जरूरी है ताकि हम लोग इससे भी अपडेटेड रहे. करेक्ट आंसर इज डी, 13 दिसंबर 1963. स्पेसिफिक रिलीफ एक्ट का तो ईयर पहले आपको याद होना चाहिए, बाकी सारे एक्ट्स का हमें याद हो जाता है बट कुछ कुछ लॉज के ईयर्स भी हमें कंफ्यूजन होते हैं. 13 दिसंबर 1963 is the date of enactment and it came into force on 1st March 1964. What does the term obligation as per Specific Relief Act mean? Not every duty is enforceable by law, includes every duty enforceable by law, every duty which a person is obliged to perform, both A and C, both B and C. So the term obligation as per Specific Relief Act means including every duty enforceable by law. Correct answer is B. Definitions, section 2, clause A itself talks about obligation term. Under section 6 of the Specific Relief Act, no suit can be brought against the government after the expiry of 6 months from the date of possession, after the expiry of 6 months from the date of dispossession, both A and B, both A and C. So, if you're talking about section 6, you are bringing a suit, it cannot be brought against the government or it cannot be brought after expiry of 6 months from the date of possession or date of dispossession. So the correct answer is E. That is, against the government also you cannot bring the suit, and after the expiry of 6 months from the date of dispossession also you cannot bring the suit. These are two conditions covered under section 6 clause 2A and B. Which section of Specific Relief Act lays down provisions relating to enforceability of specific performance of contract? 10, 15, 22, 30, none of the above. Now coming to enforceability of specific performance of contract, section 10 covers this. Cases in which specific performance of contract are enforceable shall be enforced by the court subject to provisions contained in section 11 clause 2, section 14 and section 16. Last question for today. Under the Specific Relief Act, a suit filed shall be disposed of by the court within a period of dash from the date of service of summons to the defendant. 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, as early as possible, discretion being given to the court in this case. So, when a suit is filed and it is disposed of by the court, what is the time period within which it has to be disposed of by the court? From the date of service of summons. अभी यहाँ पे क्वेश्चन को इस तरीके से भी फ्रेम किया जा सकता था या जा सकता है that the suit shall be disposed of by the court within a period of this much period from when. Calculated from when भी आपको पढ़ना जरूरी है, ध्यान में रखना जरूरी है. It is from the date of service of summons to the defendant. Now they can keep in options from the date of filing, from the date of service of summons to the defendant, from the date of appearance of defendant. ऐसे options आ सकते हैं वहाँ पे जो हमें confuse कर सकते हैं. So the correct answer over here is 12 months. Remember, a suit for specific relief shall be disposed of by the court within a period of 12 months from the date of service of summons to the defendant. Section 20 clause, Section 20 capital C covers expeditious disposal of suits covered under this act. So prepare 50% faster with us at iExamB. In case of any queries, do reach out to us. Download our app from the Google Play Store. Check out the full course access available on our app with all the features of live classes, daily quizzes, and current affairs. Thank you, everybody. Have a good day.